It's becoming clearer and clearer that we're looking at a seismic shift in the US's relationship with the world. From scaling back its foreign involvement through agencies like US aid to imposing tariffs on longtime allies, the United States appears to be winding down its role as the indispensable nation. Welcome to our discussion on the dramatic reorientation of American power. Whether it's a strategic choice or a sign of real decline, the evidence points to a new phase. Some are calling it the post-American world order, driven by the US itself. Consider Senator Marco Rubio's acknowledgement of a multipolar world with multi-great powers in different parts of the planet, and his assertion that the post-war global order is not just obsolete, it is now a weapon being used against us. Meanwhile, tariffs on traditional allies like Mexico, Canada, and the EU mark a striking shift, the US effectively declaring, "We're done trying to run the world. We're just another great power now." Critics may label these moves as dumb if they're still locked into the old mindset of uncontested American primacy, but it might be a calculated decision to prevent an even more chaotic retreat later. History shows that every empire eventually has to adapt or collapse under its own weight. Rather than clinging to expensive global commitments and a rules-based order that grows harder to maintain, the US may be pursuing a controlled withdrawal to focus on its core interests. By redefining allies from near-subordinate partners to more transactional relationships, America sheds the burden of being the world's policeman. While this feels abrupt, especially for those used to firm US support, it aligns with the reality of shifting global power. If the old approach was unsustainable, letting go on your own terms can be better than watching the entire system implode. As Washington abandons even the pretense of a rules-based order, it might become more assertive abroad. Freed from having to play nice with allies, the US can pursue its interests without those previous constraints. We're witnessing the end of the American empire in its traditional form, though not the end of the US as a major global force. Former subordinate allies are now caught off guard, realizing they're just another set of countries in negotiations. This turning point could be one of the most significant shifts in international relations since the fall of the Soviet Union. So, is this the true end of American dominance, or a deliberate realignment to avoid a harsher decline later? One thing's for sure. The old order is fading, replaced by a multipolar system that the United States has chosen to accept and reshape. What do you think about America's changing role? Share your views below, and let's continue the conversation. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more geopolitical updates. Stay tuned for our next deep dive into this emerging post-American world order.